jelas ada keluar kan slide?
Okay. Uh,
Keluar tak?
view present keluar presentation view
Keluar.
Okay, keluar.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Izzuddin bin Zulkifle. So I'm from BNS and my title for final year project is about virtual private server, which is file sharing service for small medium enterprise using Owncloud. So for the introduction, there is a few point that I want to explain, which is project overview, project objective, problem statement, project scope, significant study, and project outcome. So for the project overview, uh, this project is about file cloud storage and sharing. It is to assist the user among small medium enterprise organization in managing the cloud file storage more efficiently. It is also the cloud file storage that can make that allow the user to manage allocation style size storage for each user and controlling certain file ownership that can be accessed to the other user and can be retrieved through the internet as long as there is a strong internet connection. So in this project, there is one is software and hardware that we use is Owncloud. Owncloud is give freedom control for using storage space and saving with strong control over system. So this project is about to reduce the cost to own a file server and find alternative way to keep data privacy on cloud storage. So basically, uh, the problem statement is about for the first one is financial issue among SME to expanding their business into the cloud computing. So I have conducted the interview with HR Kasim Academy. They have been state that financial issue will make them use only any provider that offer low cost solution. So for the second one is about insufficient size of cloud file storage is a problem among user of the SME. So according to the survey that conducted from the one of the employee of entity data, he have been state that many their teammate on the same department are using uh, different cloud storage. So it will make difficult to retrieve and access. Besides, it also uh, I mean, limited size storage, uh, uh, for example, like Google Drive or Dropbox. So the third is about all the files are difficult to retrieve among SME users since files are different place that can be retrieved when request only. So the project objective is about to implement a private cloud file storage that can be accessed to the internet. So with this new solution, it will help and give opportunity to the SME to use and manage their own cloud storage that can be browsed into the web browser and access through the internet. For the second one is about to manage and allocate control allocation size of file storage based on demand for SME user. According to the Google Drive business, user will get more size, expensive, and waste their unused storage for long term. According to the HR Kasim Academy, they have state that they have been used the Google Drive business for about 3 to 4 years. So they have been subscribed to terabyte. Until now, they have been used only 300 gigabyte only. So from that we saw that there is unused storage, and it is just waste because not used. So for the third one is about to manage file access control permission when sharing files between other user. So for the on-cloud features, there have been one features which is the user can be set into a certain file that can be read only or can be edit, so the file can be shared to the other user. So for the project scope and limitation, so it is focused primarily on the file sharing and storage service for SME by using OnCloud that been invented through VPS, Virtual Private Server. So it is integrate with VPS in order to achieve the aim, which is that cloud storage that can be accessed anywhere and anytime, as long as there is internet connection. So uh, this project is targeted at the organization with less than 50 workers. Also that to test the capability of the on cloud software, since it is offer the community edition, which is free edition. So for the significant study, uh, uh, okay, the combination of the on cloud and VPS will make more affordable to the SME. Uh, Due to implementation by using on cloud and VPS, this project has drawn the attention through its price. Based on the table have we show in the slide, there is a comparison between the Google Drive and Google Drive Business and VPS on cloud. So the main highlight is about the price. So there is a uh, mm, perbezaan harga daripada kedua-dua teknologi ini. So ini akan from the analysis, it has been shown that VPS and OnCloud will offer the low cost solution to the SME. So it is also to encourage to be used among the SME user, based on the okay. So this is the solution is about to ensure the SME uh, can be reduce the subscription cost and uh, can be and the unused quotas are not wasted. So based on the IR 4.0 on Malaysia, they was focused only towards the manufacturing sector. By doing this technology, it can be add on the knowledge to the campaign. Okay, so for the project outcome, OnCloud can make it easy to manage the client storage space and low-cost solution, then provide service such as file sharing and storage for user to use. Besides, the OnCloud offer the share to the other organization, so they will can be shared via link that can be set the expiry date. As a result, the data confidentially or of information or data is guaranteed by using on-cloud service, since the data storage was located at the VPS. So for the literature review, in this chapter, I will talk about the my finding about the article and my final conclusion about the conducted interview. So for the first one is small medium enterprise problem towards the cloud computing. So the number of the employees and the revenue generated per month by a small medium enterprise determine its size. So in this SME, there is three size, which is micro, small, and medium. So basically, uh, they are to be identified as SME by these two determinants and must reach a certain standard set by the respective country. So with the article from Muhammadi, they have been stated that with cloud computing, it is offer ability to offer low cost and free software that can be accessed through anywhere to anyone, promising opportunity for SME that have financial constraint. So based on my finding based on the conducted interview, so they from HR Concept Academy, they have been state that they have several issue. That is, first one is about lack of trust and experience about IT, and the second one is about limited resource and financial issue. So with the cloud computing by Amini and Bakri, they have been state that with cloud computing can be enabling them to expand and become more profitable, effective and creative to expand their business among SME. Besides, it also function as to boost their productivity and works more efficiently. So for creating a file sharing service, there is several concept that can be made sure. So for the first one is accessibility, which is the cloud storage can be accessed uh, and can be accessed anywhere and anytime. So the second one is about synchronization, and the third one is sharing files. It also be credit if the cloud storage can be shared by link and can be shared by the department. So for the access control, there is a tree which is identification, which is to implement the cloud storage. The user must create a account, so they must be provide a username to log in and access to the cloud storage. So for the second and third is about authentication and authorization. So the second is about data protection. So there is three point that can be highlighted with is which is confidentiality, integrity and availability. So this high main point should be considered when implement the file sharing service. So the third one is about cloud computing. So for the cloud computing, basically it's split into two category, which is deployment model and service model. For the deployment model, it has be public cloud, hybrid cloud, and private cloud. For the service model, such as IaaS, infrastructure as a service, PaaS, uh, uh, platform as a service, and SaaS, software as a service. So which with the cloud computing technology, it offer to the user to access the software or any resources that been provided by the cloud provider. So the concept of IT or cloud computing by Sudra said that it is concept of virtualization, service-oriented architecture, and parallel computing. With the cloud computing, it focus mainly to the scalability, on-demand service, performance, and security. So uh, this is the type of cloud deployment. For this solution, it has been used public cloud. Public cloud is infrastructure allows all service can be accessed by anyone. So the service are provided for free to general public. So this public cloud refers to the cloud services such as virtual machine, storage, or application that offer publicly by commercial provider to business and individual. Public cloud resources are hosted on the commercial provider hardware which user can access to the internet. For the example, providers such as Microsoft Azure, DigitalOcean, Amazon, and others. So the service that be used in this project is infrastructure as a service. So in this project, the developer should not be thinking about how to create the or buy the hardware equipment. They just subscribe into the providers such as Azure or DigitalOcean. So they have been promised to offer the networking, storage, server, and virtualization. So with this project, the Owncloud will be installed and deployed into the service. So uh, the next one is about VPS architecture and virtualization. So VPS is about the virtualization technology which allows multiple VM running on a single physical server while remaining digitally isolated from one another. So based on the article Mohab Batalib, uh, uh, VPS is about reduce large capital expenditure by maximizing the use of physical resources and eliminating over provisioning. So for the SME, they should not be thinking about the up-to-date cost software solution. They do not thinking about how to access the data and the security. All these features will be provided by the provider. So for the okay, this is the provider and comparison. There is top three, which is Amazon, Microsoft Azure, and DigitalOcean. This type of three provider, they have been offered the virtual machine, and DigitalOcean was been selected, and it calls Droplet. So based on this, the provider uh, that have been stated that the digital ocean is more affordable to subscribe based on the Azure and AWS. So for the methodology, in this chapter I will talk about how I manage by using a model to manage my project uh, to pro- to success my project. So I will talk about the hardware and software requirement, Gantt chart, and WBS. So this is iterative waterfall model, which is I customize based on my solution. So it is start with feasibility study. In this phase, I will propose and select the title that uh, title that uh, title that can be relevant to the into this era, and all the title will be uh, consult and can be supervised by the supervisor. Next, I will proceed to the requirement analysis and specification. So in this phase, I will conduct a interview. I will finding an article to brainstorming session to identify the related work about this project. So all the findings I will written down on the documentation, so it easy to me to analyze it, to analysis the previous project and the new project. So the next one, after analysis be done, I'm starting to design or I'm starting to choose which is the software or hardware that can be selected during this project. So here I been choose Owncloud and VPS. So for the next step, I will be doing implement, which is in this phase. I'm implement the on-cloud into the local host only. So the VirtualBox will be used, and I create a virtual server on that VirtualBox. So that I will testing all the functionality and testing whether it has been success or error. After that, if the features meet the objective and overcome the problem, it is slowly and subscribe can be start subscribing the VPS to deploy the on cloud into the real environment. Next is about maintenance. Maintenance is about such as the developer or I retrieve the any feedback from any user if there is issue or problem arise. So this is software and hardware. So for the software is OnCloud. OnCloud is open source software that can manage the allocation size file storage to the user and also give the administrator uh, can control the permission of a certain file before sharing to the other user. The next one is Apache, MySQL, and PHP language will be used, and Putty will be used to enter and access the VPS. So for the hardware, I will subscribing the droplet, which is virtual machine from the digital ocean. For this is the specification that could be created in the project. Uh, so based on the budget, only $6 can be spent on this project. So for the software can be used is about OnCloud. So OnCloud that I've been talk before, it is offer file sharing that can be shared to the same organization or other user that can be shared by via link, can be set up the expiry date. So the next one is about ability of access control to the file. So the user can be set the certain file which is read only or can be edit before sent to the other user. So besides, the on-cloud will offer to the administrator to control the allocation size storage for the user. So based on the diagram below, it has been stated that the user can be assigned to the group or department that have that on the company. So this is the diagram about the how droplet or virtual machine become a web server and data storage. Basically, on the droplet, uh, several services will be running and configure, which is web service, that's database services, and also droplet will be used as a data storage from the on cloud. So all the data from the on cloud will be stored on the block storage on the droplet. So with this block storage, if the user have been fully utilized, they can be upgrade into the desirable storage. So the next one is, of course, when we have been deployed on the real environment, there should be checks security performance, which is server hardening. So the first one is partitioning this. Basically, the data from the user was stored on the web web directory. So in it will be may impact to the server, which is the it will give impact to the performance on the VPS itself. So with this configuration, I will be separated the on-cloud data into the another directory. So the second one, I will configure the firewall. So it is to make sure to inbound and outbound connection safely connected to the server. So in this configuration, only the certain services will be open, which is web service. So this is the Gantt chart and WPS. So basically, I'm at on the phase implementation and now ready to go to the project deployment, which is deploy the on cloud to the real server. So as a conclusion, uh, first one is with the financial issue that occurred on the SME, this solution is really suitable for the SME that have the financial issue, since it was low cost, which is for the prototype. We can see that I'm only spend around 6 USD dollar, which is for currency Malaysia is about 24 ringgit only for the 1 month. So the next conclusion is this new solution, it offer to the SME consumer to allocate the size storage for the user. So there is no issue, which is user does not fully utilize the storage, which is from the I'm conducting interview with the Asia Kasim Academy. They have been state that they have been subscribing the Google Drive business uh, around 3 to 4 years, and until now they only use 300 300 gigabyte only. So based on the years and the use of the storage, there was wasted the unused storage. So with the third one is about with the on cloud and VPS, the cloud file storage can be retrieved and retrieve and access through anywhere and anytime, as long as there is a strong connection. If there is no strong connection, they also can be work as offline, since the on cloud offer the desktop version or what Android version, so they can be access to the cloud for with the access the on cloud as offline. When there is internet connection, the all the work offline will be synchronous, will synchronous synchrono synchronize real server. So this is my reference for this finding. Okay, that's all from me, and I will proceed the Q&A session. Okay, madam.
Okay. Okay. Good presentation, Aiman.
So
How, how
there
long
is
that you take to do uh, your research?
yeah.
How long that you take to do your research? And how uh, what made you choose that SME company?
Oh,
Yes.
because I'm choose SME because was doing a survey to the among the okay
And then
uh
apa-apa?
sorry line okay
Lagi.
suara jelas okay so because I'm select the SME because I was doing a survey with the several people. They have been state that when the now is pandemic issue is COVID-19, so they work from home. So they have been difficult to retrieve the data or the file from the other user. So they have been state that so from that I'm starting to study about the related work or previous work to be done to overcome the problem that arise from the people. So to strong my research, I'm conducting the interview with the one of selected of SME, which is Asia Kasim Academy. So from that, I get many problem they have been arise, such as the pricing, such as the lack of IT from the SME itself, which is they do not know about to use the they do not know about cloud computing. So they have been used and subscribing to the provider well known such as Google Drive. So that's why I'm I'm taking the opportunity to develop or deploy this project on the SME.
Okay.
Okay.
So so for the storage, what is the sufficient size that you believe is enough for the SME?
Okay, so basically based on my finding, uh, for this storage, for the example can be get from the Asia Kasim, they have been state, now they just use only 400 gigabyte around 3 into 4 years. So from that, for this project, we can starting with the low specification, which we can get the can subscribe the plan with the low subscription, which is 400 gigabyte only. So with if the SME fully utilize the 400 gigabyte, it can be added more storage to the VPS. So there is no issue if the insufficient file storage. Okay.
Okay, so I can see that you done well with your research. Okay. I think okay, I want to see the outcome next semester. So
Okay.
how your your project that be done. Okay. So that's all for
Mm.
today. Thank you
Okay.
and a good presentation. Okay.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Selamat berbuka puasa.
Okay, madam juga selamat buka puasa.